Sup, people? Turtle here. Today, coming at you with some MotU Origin mashup figures here. And I don't get into a lot of the new stuff. But with the Origins, what really got me was the kind of modular aspects of them. How you can, switch the arms out, the head, and which seems kind of simple, but you can have some fun with it. And whether you're just changing up your standard guy, your standard use guy or whatever, or just, having some fun. It's what really got me with the line and its, affiliated stuff, the cartoon collection, Turtles of Grayskull, Masters of the WWE, and the WWE Superstars, too. And so, just even on its core level, every figure comes with the little slip that shows you what you can pull off and change and stuff. And so that's really what got me into the Origins and its other lines here. And so I just wanted to show you just a couple little things you can do that are really easy, and you can have fun with it. Or you could think that my setup sucks, and just do your own. That's the fun of it. There really is, and that's what kind of got me to this. And we'll just show you something. A couple of these are just super vanilla, out of the box mashups you can do. For instance, this Tila here. This is your standard Origins Tila body buff, or whatever you want to call it. But I put the Turtles of Grayskull gloves and the boots and just the main armor pieces there. And that sword is from it's from like a knockoff Shira weapon pack from back in the day. But the gold matched so good, I was like, okay. And with the Turtles of Grayskull Tila, I just don't like the silver, silver and white. It just doesn't match with anything else on it. So I was like, well, you can throw that armor on there. I guess you could use the cartoon collection dumper. But other than that, I mean, that's just straight up Tila in my world anyway. Something like that. And, I like the cartoon collection face, but just something about this Origins Tila face. I don't know, it works for me. Next, from the Masters of the WWE universe, the Rowdy Roddy Piper. The hot rod armor is cool and all, but when I seen Mouse Jaw, just something about the his armor that I liked with that. So I put the Mouse Jaw, body and left arm on him. And then the right arm is actually from a Prince Adam. But I just really kind of like that look to him. Just something about it seemed to work. And so that's my Roddy Piper. All right, when it comes to the cartoon collection figures, I hate the bodies. Like, just something about them. I don't like them. They're too big. Just on a lot of levels. I really don't like the cartoon collection figures in general. But with cartoon collection Skeletor, I like the armor. And mostly because of, like, the pauldrons. Like, a lot of your figures were made just for, front viewing, pretty much only. Like, the backs of the armor will be, like, all loose and, just... So, I'll give Cartoon Collection that. Their armor is a lot better. But what I did here is I took your standard Skeletor body, like the legs and the chest and the arms, and just put the head and boots and armor from the Cartoon Collection Skeletor on. And I just like it a lot better just from the back, just like the whole messy bra strap looking on the original Skeletor. I really don't like it. And that left me to use Battle Armor Skeletor, 90% of the time. All right, what else do we got here? All right, yeah, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. All right, I didn't really do much to Ricky, but I took the wrestling boots off and give him clamp champ boots. And the red and black clamp champ boots, I mean, they work out in a lot of places, as does the waist piece. The sword here, this is like a custom, like bootleg merman sword, but it's see-through orange, and it was like the same color as his dragon, basically. So he didn't come with any weapons, so That was like kind of like a natural choice for him there. All right, so with those guys, that was just, just plug and play, just kind of like how, like vanilla out of the package you can do. Now these next ones, you had to do a little extra to do some of this stuff here. Um, so on clearance, like pretty much everywhere, you can find Ric Flair and Sunman. And so I was like, all right, we can have some fun. And so I made Solar Flare here. And so you take your Sunman, weapons and armor and boots and stuff like that. That's easy. All right, but to switch the waist piece out here, let me get this stupid speaker out of the way. That is a little trickier. So what I do, some people use like a blow dryer or, hot air gun or whatever, heat gun. But for me, hot water works the best. So, what you do is I took my Sunman and broke them at the waist, and then just stuck this down in boiling water until until this softened up enough you could actually pull the legs off of that ball. And did the same thing with Ric Flair and put the Ric Flair legs on. So now we have Sunman. I guess maybe minus the magical melanin, I suppose, with Solar Flare, Ric Flair. All right. Sorry, a crazy cat keeps going off here. So for this man at arms, what I did with him is it's the cartoon collection head and waist piece and boots and armor, but the body itself is from the Turtles of Grayskull man at arms, which I really like. I love that color. My lighting sucks here, but it's just like this really unusual kind of like turquoise color, and I really like that. And I like the gold wristbands too. So I took the cartoon collection, uh, just like how I did with Ric Flair. Soaked it and got to where I could pull the legs off, and put the cartoon collection waist piece there, just so you can match the cartoon collection head. And that's for me, that's my favorite man at arms head they've made. Um, So I really like that. When I was a kid, it just always irked me that Man at Arms didn't have a mustache. I did try to take a marker and draw one on him, and it just never really looked right. So I enjoy that. And so lastly, that brings me to my favorite out of this bunch. So when you get Moss Man, you get this head here, which is like the Lords of Power Beastman head done in green. All right, well, Moss Man's flocked, and his head is flocked, and this one isn't. So, like, you put this on there, and it looks like me. He's got this bald head on this flocked body. So, when I got the parts off the cartoon collection Man at Arms, I'm like, well, you got this green body, leftover body parts or whatever. What do you do with those? And then I had the crotch piece and boots from the cartoon collection. I'm sorry, Turtles of Grayskull Man at Arms. And I was like, I took the head over to the body, and I was like, well, that's pretty much the same color. It definitely, if there's any difference, it's not really noticeable. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm going to make an unflocked Moss Man. And so, the armor, I thought it was cool that they included that armor with Moss Man, because originally it's like the accessory pack armor. But when your Moss Man starts getting ragged out and, the flocking starts falling off, hey, you put the yellow Beastman armor on because it matched like his little waist piece. And I thought that was really, really cool that they included that with Moss Man, because, I guess I wasn't alone in that. But, that Man at Arms body really does work as an unflocked Moss Man body, if that's something you're interested in doing. And same thing. You got to heat up the waist piece and pop them off at the balls there. It's not too bad. It's really not that hard. Any of that stuff, or even just the out of the package mixing and matching, if you do it a bunch, your parts are going to get loose. Not going to lie. But, just, you figure out what you want, do it, and just leave it. And I mean, a lot of these figures are getting so cheap now. You know, just get another one, and you know, if you've got something else in mind, so you don't wear all your guys out. But that's just you know, I've been wanting to share some of the, you know, the Origin stuff is pretty popular right now. So not jumping on a bandwagon or anything, but I just wanted to share some of this. I really don't like that much of like the new stuff they come out with. And for me, the Origins, you know, I got the Origins bug. So messing around with the Grayskull, trying to do like some custom lighting and stuff in there, and maybe that'll be my next video, or I don't know. Who knows what I'll dig out. But that's about it for my MotU Origins modular mashup here. And I guess I'll catch you next time. Late.